A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant ruling on Tuesday, the United States Supreme Court has permitted the Trump administration to enforce its ban on transgender individuals serving in the military while a legal challenge to the policy proceeds through the courts. This decision could potentially lead to the discharge of thousands of military personnel who identify as transgender. The court's order was unsigned and provided no detailed reasoning, which is common in emergency rulings. The three liberal justices, Sonia Sotomayor, Elena Kagan, and Ketanji Brown Jackson, dissented, expressing their disagreement with the majority ruling. Advocates for transgender rights, including Lambda Legal and the Human Rights Campaign Foundation, have condemned the decision, labeling it a devastating blow to transgender service members. They argue that the ban is rooted in prejudice rather than military readiness, stating that transgender individuals meet the same standards and values as all service members. The controversy began when former President Donald Trump rescinded an executive order from the Biden administration that allowed transgender individuals to serve openly in the military. On January 27th, Trump issued a new executive order prohibiting transgender individuals from military service, claiming that it was necessary to maintain high standards of troop readiness and cohesion. The order stated that the policy was inconsistent with the medical and mental health needs of individuals diagnosed with gender dysphoria. The Department of Defense began implementing the ban at the end of February, leading to concerns about the potential impact on thousands of service members. A Defense Department estimate indicated that approximately 4,240 individuals in the military had a diagnosis of gender dysphoria, representing about 0.2% of the total force. 7 transgender service members and an individual seeking to join the military challenged the ban, with Navy pilot Emily Schilling being the lead plaintiff. Schilling's attorneys highlighted that the military had invested $20 million in her training. Various lower courts had previously blocked the ban, with U.S. District Judge Benjamin Settle arguing that the government's rationale was unconvincing and lacked evidence to support the ban's justification. Another judge, Ana Reyes, described the ban as soaked with animus and dripping with pretext. The Trump administration sought intervention from the Supreme Court in response to these lower court rulings. Solicitor General John Sauer argued that the district court's injunction was an overreach of authority, undermining the executive branch's power to determine military personnel eligibility. The Supreme Court's decision to lift the injunction means that the ban will take effect, putting thousands of transgender troops at risk of discharge. The ruling is seen as a significant victory for Trump, who has made the rollback of transgender rights a hallmark of his administration. The court's conservative majority did not address the legal merits of the case, leaving the ongoing litigation to continue in lower courts, with the possibility of returning to the Supreme Court in the future. Trump's executive order characterizes the gender identity of transgender individuals as a falsehood, asserting that they cannot meet the rigorous standards required for military service. The Pentagon's memo issued in February outlined that transgender troops would be removed unless they obtained waivers on a case-by-case basis, targeting those diagnosed with gender dysphoria and those exhibiting symptoms. The military's approach to transgender service has seen significant fluctuations over the past few years, with Democratic administrations advocating for the inclusion of transgender individuals while Republican leadership has sought to impose restrictions. Under President Barack Obama, the military lifted its ban on transgender troops in 2016, allowing them to serve openly. However, Trump's administration sought to reverse this policy, leading to a protracted legal battle that culminated in the current Supreme Court ruling. President Biden, upon taking office in 2021, moved to reverse Trump's restrictions, emphasizing that America is safer when all qualified individuals can serve openly. The recent Supreme Court ruling is a stark reminder of the ongoing political and legal struggles surrounding transgender rights in the United States. As states and political parties continue to grapple with policies affecting transgender individuals across various sectors, including healthcare and education, the implications of this ruling will be felt across the military and beyond, as advocates continue to fight for equality and protection under the law for transgender individuals. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.